Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. It's Sunday, May 5th, and it has been almost 5 weeks since I last posted on this channel. I took a hiatus in April for just a lot of personal stuff and business stuff that I had to focus on, and I missed you. I hope you missed me too. And if you're just now finding this channel, welcome. Thanks for being here. My name is Dana Neeson. I run a telesales team selling final expense with one carrier, and we're in 17 states. I run a free lead reduced commission model. And my whole platform here, which I hope you learned from being here and watching some of my videos, is I'm a teacher and I enjoy teaching, and I want you to have stronger, more sophisticated sales conversations. Today's topic may be a controversial one, but it's very important. And I felt that we had to jump on here and talk about it because I really do believe that probably over 90% of life insurance agents are not true entrepreneurs. They're probably a combination of a entrepreneur and an intrapreneur, where you fall into the cogwheel of all of that, which will also lead me into the point of why not all life insurance agents that are attracted to a free lead program are broke. That is an assumption that I just realized people had over this past weekend when I went to the influencer retreat with Cody Askins in Springfield, Missouri. And so I'm here to put that way of thinking to rest and possibly offer you another perspective. Now, why do I know that not all agents who want free leads are broke? Well, obviously, I run a free lead telesales program. I know the people that come in, I hear their stories. I know that they have money and they're choosing to not invest it themselves. But why did I start that not knowing it? It's because that was me. I left a W-2 job that I was at for 7 years. I was making well over $300,000 a year. I was not broke. I chose to leave that career, that W-2 job, not because I wanted to necessarily make more money or wanted to be a business owner or all the other reasons you might get into this space. It was because I was sick and tired of the toxic environment that job came with. At some point, there is no amount of money that is worth your mental health and sanity. And so I chose to leave and start and find another career. In fact, it was very scary for me when I decided that life insurance was where I wanted to go, that I had to leave the comfort zone of a W-2 job into a 1099 world. I was not an entrepreneur. There's something to be said for showing up to a job, doing your job very well, and then clocking out for the day and not having to think about it anymore. I think a lot of people want the freedom and flexibility of not having to clock in and clock out, ask for time off, come with maybe some of the retaliation that comes with calling in sick, and all of that. They want the freedom and flexibility to work when they want, but they don't necessarily have the skills and the motivation to build an actual business. So I'm going to take you back to that job that I had before, where I was making over $300,000 a year. I was selling leads. I was selling leads to real estate agents and real estate brokers. This is how I know not everybody is meant to be a business owner. This is why I know when I got my life insurance license, and one of the things that I was being told was that in order to be successful, I had to buy leads. And everybody was telling me, oh, I only need to spend $300 to $500 a week on leads and I should be fine and I could build upon that. Well, because of the history that I had selling leads to real estate agents, which they really aren't much different than us, I know that 90% of the customers that I would sell leads to, independent real estate agents, would never buy enough. They wouldn't. Either they were afraid of spending it, or they thought, I'm just going to dip my toe in it and see how it goes. And guess what? Most of them did not renew when their contract was up. Most of them never bought more because they complained that the leads didn't work. The leads sucked. But the reality is they didn't buy enough volume to see the success. because a good conversion rate in that industry was about 3 to 4% of the total leads you were buying. And when I was selling leads to individual real estate agents, they would buy as little as 40 leads for the entire year. And they would come in slowly over time. And we would tell them it's probably not enough, but we were also salespeople and we wanted to hit our quotas and we wanted to get our commission. So we would let them buy whatever they wanted, but we knew at the end of the day, it was not going to do anything for them. So can I please finish? Say hi to my daughter.
But are you actually on live?
No, I'm not on live,
Oh,
but you're going to be in the video now.
what?
Yep. Now, I happen to be on what they call a broker team. So the majority of my clients were business owners. They were the ones that owned the real estate brokerage and they had agents underneath them. And the number one thing that separated the brokers from the agents was the brokers bought volume. They wanted to support a team of agents. So in order to do that, we had to sell them leads through a county, through multiple counties, through their entire state. The more agents they had, the more they could cover. And the conversations I had with brokers on a daily basis was, you cannot buy a small amount of leads for your agents and expect them to do the work. You have to manage it and you have to control it. And my recommendation to brokers was always to buy a volume of leads, control the market, and then if your agents close business from the lead you've provided them, you have a different split. Why? Because you're the one investing in the marketing. You are the one taking all the risk, and your agents will not buy the volume that they need in order to see that same success. So we had to help the brokers monitor and manage this process when they were buying leads in bulk for their agents at a separate split. And the ones that were by far the most successful in this program were the ones that were buying thousands of leads, monitoring it for their agents, controlling speed to lead, helping them with their follow-up process. And they fell into that conversion rate of the 3 to 5% and made an ROI. So I knew all of this before getting my life insurance license, before deciding who I wanted to partner with. I already knew it would take a volume of leads in the life insurance space for me to be successful. And was I willing to invest the money that I thought it was going to take in order to see the type of success that I wanted to get from the start? And with never selling life insurance before, not having sort of a proof of concept other than the ones at the top who were basically just making money off of their agents, right? 90% of this industry is an MLM platform. It wasn't the ones making the most amount of money that were just buying leads and closing the sales. It was the ones at the top of the pyramid. And so I was not convinced. I was not convinced that if I just wanted to be a salesperson, which a lot of people do, that I wanted to take that risk. And the only way that I could increase my income was to present a business in a box to somebody else, let them figure it out, and then let them present that opportunity to someone else, let them figure it out, and have no control over my downline of what happens. That was not how I saw, true success for me. And the lack of the control and the visibility, I wasn't going to participate in that business model. So back to, not everybody who wants free leads is broke. That was me. Okay, I was not broke. My husband's a serial entrepreneur. We do very well. We live in a 6,000 square foot home in Southern California. And it was about finding our place in this business and creating something that I felt a lot of people needed, but they did not know where to get it because they're presented with an opportunity of high contracts, low volume of leads that you have to buy in order to see success. People aren't talking about the chargebacks enough. They're not talking about the downline debt at all. And once you peel behind the curtains, you start to realize why so many people fail. Because A, they're not buying enough leads. B, presenting a business in a box before you have proof of concept is not the way that you should go. And C, you have no control over what happens. And when you are still selling, as your business in a box people are also still selling, it's a distraction. And for me, that I wanted nothing to do with it. The other piece of this whole puzzle is how many hats did I want to wear as a business owner? How much responsibility did I want to take? Because it's not just the monetary responsibility of buying a high volume of leads, spending $3,000 to $5,000 a week. That's not something that I wanted to do from day one, but unfortunately, it's kind of what you have to do if you want to see the huge success that people promote, or you have to have a huge team. I didn't really want to be a marketer. I didn't really want to be a lead generator. I didn't want to be a customer service representative. I didn't want to be my own claims department. I didn't want to, call people necessarily all the time if they miss their payments. I was so used to coming from a world where that stuff was done for me that would allow me to do what I did best, which was sell. That is all I wanted to do. And I know that there are people that are going to be watching this that align with that. I know that you are very capable of spending money and buying your own leads and probably being successful. But do you want to wear those other hats? That's the difference between an intrapreneur or a wantrepreneur and a true entrepreneur. I did not want to wear all of those hats. I wanted other people to do that for me. And I wanted to create an environment where you are still independent as an independent contractor, 1099, but you have the support and the structure and the freedom and to only sell what you want to sell as if you were a W-2 employee. And so that's what I created. That is what I found. I found a partner in Adam Hale who owns Tailored Legacy. He's owned that business now for almost 16, 17 years. His agency now writes about $1.6, $1.9 million a month. At this point, 3.5 years into the free lead reduced commission model, we issue about 400,000 a month. We submit and write about 150,000 a week. And we are growing. And we're growing because there is a want and a need for this type of business model. And it is not because agents are broke. It is not because they are desperate. Some people have gotten burned buying leads, and they got burned because they were not shown the right path. So we are the broker, right? Adam Hale is the broker. He's the one that will provide the large volume of leads, the large volume of opportunity. So you can focus in one lane and just sell. You can do what you do best. You don't have to worry about the systems. You don't have to worry about the service. You don't have to worry about the claims process. I have an entire team that will reach out to your customers the day after you sell them to welcome them to Lincoln Heritage, to help them fill out their final wishes guide, to make sure that policy is reinforced with that sale and it stays on the books. We have a team that calls them if they miss their payment. We have a team that will hold their hand through the claims process. You don't have to worry about marketing. If you want to be a manager on my team, you will never have to worry about recruiting. We will take care of all of that for you. So the way that we have set this up is exactly what I would have wanted when I came into this business for the first time. Instead of creating it, which, by the way, was a brutal journey, right? Beautiful and brutal combined. And I wouldn't change it for the world because now I have created exactly what I would have wanted. And I know there are people out there that are more entrepreneurs than true entrepreneurs. And if that rings true for you, there is a place for you on this team. So you can stay in your lane. You can do what you do best. You can connect with a high volume of people that are wanting to protect their family from out-of-pocket funeral expenses, and you don't have to worry about anything else. If you want to wear all those hats, fantastic. If you want to spend 5,000 or more per week on leads, fantastic. If you want to run your own Facebook marketing campaign to generate your own leads at a lower cost, you want to manage that, fantastic. It doesn't mean that we are a good fit for everybody, but we are a good fit for probably the majority of life insurance agents who want the flexibility and independence of selling without the risk and the responsibility of managing it. Because it's not just about the business that you wrote and submitted, it's about all of the leads that didn't buy, right? It's about all the leads that didn't answer the phone, that have a built-in cost that you didn't feel because you only felt the people that answered the phone. You only felt the people that you did talk to and connect with. But as an entrepreneur, you are investing in a volume of leads, and a big portion of those you will never speak to. They will never answer the phone. That is a cost. So you have to figure things out like cost per acquisition. Do you know what your CPA is? It should be somewhere between maybe $150 and $200. If you don't know what that means, you probably are more of an entrepreneur. And if some of these things make sense to you, if they're saying, you know what, maybe I am more of an entrepreneur. Maybe I do just want to show up and sell and not have to worry about the rest, because that is me. That is who I am. That is how I'm built. And now I have built it in a way where you can come in, and instead of giving you a business in a box and say, you figure it out, here's the model, but you have to do it all, I'm giving you an opportunity in a box, and I'm bringing you into my circle, saying, you are now part of our team. We are all in this together. And that is the environment that I want. That's the environment we've created. This industry is fascinating. There is so much opportunity for everybody. There is plenty of agents to decide where you want to align yourself. And most people think that what I have to offer is actually pretty great. A lot of people don't. They think it's terrible because not everybody is an entrepreneur. Not everybody thinks the same way that you do. And we have to get to the point where we celebrate our differences instead of attacking our differences. It is not always, I'm right and you're wrong. You're right and I'm wrong. It is, here's what is out there for you. Which one do you align with the best? And that allows agents to make smart decisions. And that allows true entrepreneurship in this space. We cannot have a monopoly of this is how it is, or you're dumb if you do something different. We can't have these stereotypes. Well, if you're just starting or if you don't have any money, get started in a free lead program and then become a broker. Because there's a lot of people on a free lead model that are making way more money than brokers. Because brokers, what? We already know. They're not buying enough leads. They're not wearing the hats correctly. They're not following up with their chargebacks. They're not doing everything they have to do in order to be a successful entrepreneur. Okay, and that's just the reality. So if any of this speaks to you, if you think that you want to just show up and do what you do best, which is sell, and we take care of the rest, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Are we a good fit for each other? That's the most important thing. We are growing our team exponentially. We are looking for more like-minded individuals. And if that aligns with you and everything that I just said, please leave me a comment. Please go to my Instagram at Final Expense Telesales. Send me a DM. Please send me an email, which is in the description below. I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to showing you what's out there besides what you might have been shown as the only way. It is not the only way. So thank you for watching my TED Talk on the differences in the life insurance models and why a free lead model is not just for broke agents. Thanks so much. Have a great day.